Hi there. This is a Qigong practice to help you navigate the transition from winter to spring. Step your feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. You can bring your hands to your belly, or you can just let your arms hang comfortably by your sides. Close the eyes down if you're comfortable closing the eyes. If you're not, you can just kind of look down toward the floor. And take a moment to regulate your breath. So just find a steady rhythm. And as you're breathing, sort of sink your attention down into the soles of the feet. Bring the weight of your body back towards your heels and your ankles. Soften the ankles, soften the knees, soften the hips. And you should feel stable, but relaxed. Maybe bring a little smile to your face. So our first exercise will be throwing out the trash. So it's a fun exercise. We're going to inhale and kind of sweep the arms up in front of us. And then as we exhale, we're going to bend the knees and sweep the arms back. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you get to decide how big these movements are. You get to decide how fast these movements are. Take a deep inhale through the nose as you sweep up, and then exhale through the mouth as you sweep down. So these are purging exercises to help us clear the heavy energy, the stagnant energy from winter. So when we exhale through the mouth, that's what we're letting go of, that heaviness, that stagnation. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Throw it out. And then just let the arms float out and down. And just kind of bring the hands sort of into a round shape in front of your torso. Take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to do a little cortisol flush for the kidneys. The kidneys are the yin organs associated with winter. So we're just going to help clear out any stagnant energy from that area. It's also helpful for the low back and for any stress that you might have. So we're going to start just by floating the hands up in front of us. And then we're going to sweep the arms around and down and then turn the palms up. Inhale, come up onto the toes. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows back, set the heels down, backs of the hands come to the low back, and then we kind of sweep out any stagnant energy. And then inhale, the arms come all the way up overhead, and exhale, the hands down. So those are the movements. We're going to inhale, hands float up. And then we kind of sweep out and down. You might sink your energy down a little bit. On the next inhale, we rise up onto the toes. Elbows move back. Backs of the hands press against the kidneys. And then sweep forward. Set the heels down. Inhale, sweep up. And then exhale all the way down to the hips. Again, inhale, hands float up. Around, down on the exhale, up on the inhale, coming up onto the toes. Bring the elbows back, backs of the hands against the low back. Maybe make the kidney sound this time. And then heels come down, inhale, sweep up. So let's have some fun playing with that. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, backs of the hands float up. Open the palms, sweep around. Inhale, palms come up onto the toes. Bring the elbows back, backs of the hands to the low back. Sweep forward. And then inhale, sweep up. Exhale down. Inhale. Around and down on the exhale. Inhale, palms of the hands up, come up onto the toes. Move the elbows back. Sweep. And then inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, pressing down through the center of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, up onto the toes. Elbows move back. Press the kidneys. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale, float the backs of the hands up. Open the palms, sweep around. Inhale, rise up. Elbows move back. Press the kidneys a little and inhale and exhale. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, floating up. Exhaling around and down. Inhale, rising up. Sweep back. Sweep. Inhale. And exhale all the way down. Good. And just taking a moment here, turn your palms toward the floor or towards the earth. Kind of bring your awareness into the palms of the hands. Close the eyes down. Feel into the soles of the feet. Just kind of grounding our energy again. And then let's bring the hands together at heart center and interlace the fingers. And we're just going to start to make figure 8s with the wrists. So we're moving into our purging exercises for spring now. So starting with the wrists, making some figure 8s. I can feel and hear a little cracking and popping. It's kind of interesting to pay attention to what the muscles in my forearms are doing while I'm making this movement. And then we're going to start to open this movement up a little bit and use the elbows to make figure 8s. So kind of bringing the elbows out away from each other. Let's move the right elbow forward, up, back, and down. And then left elbow forward, up, back, and down. Side to side here. So on the inhale, I like to kind of straighten my legs a little. As I exhale and come down, I bend. Inhale, exhale. So while we're making these figure 8s with our elbows, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're getting some movement in the shoulder joints. We're getting some opening through the side body. A little twisting around the waist. And I've got, because I'm bending my knees and sort of sinking my feet, sinking my weight down into my feet as I exhale, I've kind of got this little pumping action going on in the legs. Let's reverse our figure 8. So now bring the right elbow up, forward and down. Left elbow back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. So just finding a little flow here, moving in the opposite direction. It might feel a little awkward at first. That's normal. So keep moving, doing your best to coordinate movement with breath. But if you get a little mixed up, no big deal. Just keep moving. And we're going to do one more to each side. And then coming back to center, stretch the arms forward. Keep the fingers interlaced. Palms face forward, round the upper back. Stretch the area between your shoulder blades. And then inhale, stand up nice and tall. Bring the palms back toward the heart. Exhale, palms press forward, arms straighten, round the upper back. Inhale, hands move toward the heart. One more time, exhale, press forward. And then this time on the inhale, we're going to reach the arms overhead. The fingers stay interlaced. Root down through the feet as you're lengthening up through the whole body, reaching the palms of the hands up. And then release the interlace of the fingers and let your arms come to a T. Rotate at the shoulder joint so that your left palm flips up and your right palm flips down. We're going to look toward the palm that's up and then change the arms, look in the opposite direction. So it's just side to side. This is called competing dragons. So rather than overdoing it and straining your shoulders, see what it might feel like to do less, to underdo it, so that the movement just feels good. So all of these movements should just feel good. One more to each side. And then the arms come down. Relax. And we're going to do a little shaking. So just start by sort of bouncing. And maybe you're bouncing in the knees. Maybe your heels are picking up a little bit as you bounce. Whatever feels right to you. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth as you're shaking. This is one of my favorite exercises in Qigong. And then let the arms relax enough so that the hands start to sort of bob around at the wrist joint. And then maybe you start to turn side to side. So some bouncing in the wrists, in the knees, in the ankles, and in the heels. Close the eyes down and just sort of enjoy this movement. So as you exhale through the mouth, you can do that either by making the lips round, and it'll feel like you're blowing through a straw as you exhale. Or, if you'd rather, you can exhale with a sigh. So whatever feels right to you. A few more breaths here. Just enjoying, shaking, releasing. And then come back to center. Start to slow your shaking down. And then just stand and enjoy the after effects. This is actually more enjoyable to me than the shaking itself. Just kind of feeling the energy bubbling through the body. It feels like all the cells in my body are waking up. Sometimes I like to picture a little smiley face on every cell. Sun shining into each cell. Good. Let's step the feet out wide. And we're going to turn the heels in and toes out. So if you're familiar with goddess pose in yoga, that's what this is going to feel like. We're going to sink our weight down into the legs. Shoulders stay stacked over hips, so we're not leaning forward and we're not rounding the back. So weight stays right over the hips, and the kneecaps point out in the same direction as the toes. Tops of the hands to the tops of the thighs. As you exhale, twist to the left and look over the left shoulder if the range of motion in your neck will allow that. Let's inhale back to center and then exhale to the other side. Inhaling and exhaling. Side to side. Let's do one more to each side. And then start to kind of sway a little. So just kind of floating the shoulders side to side, shifting the weight side to side. And imagine sort of the spine moving in this wave-like fashion so that you've got some lateral bending happening in the spine. If you're feeling pretty strong here, you can kind of let the arms come out and continue that wave of the spine. And then let's start to rise up little by little, coming right back to center. And then I'm going to toe heel my feet back to about hips distance apart, a little wider than hips distance. So we're going to do a little exercise called spinal cord breathing, which is a lot like a standing cat-cow. So on the inhale, the arms come out like goalposts. We bend the knees and arch the back, open the chest, maybe look up. And then as you exhale, we round into a cat-like position. The forearms come together, the elbows tuck in toward the belly button. Inhale, open. And then exhale, tucking everything in. Tuck the tailbone strongly, stretch the low back. Inhale, moving toward our cow position. And then exhale, rounding into cat. And we're going to start to add some sounds. So let's inhale through the nose. And then we're going to exhale with the liver sound, which is shh. So just like you're telling someone to be quiet. Inhale, open. Exhale, shh. So the liver is the yin organ associated with spring, and it has a special sound, just like the kidneys had the sound choo. The liver has the sound shh. So just kind of using those special sounds to clear out stagnation. Inhale, open. Exhale. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale. On the inhale, come back to a standing position. You can keep the eyes closed if you like. Again, softening through the ankles, the knees, the hips. On an inhale, sweep the arms out, turn the palms up. And then on the exhale, press the palms right down through the center of the body. And you can kind of sink your weight, bending the knees a little more. Inhale, sweeping up, straightening the legs. And then exhale, pressing down nice and gentle. Inhale, sweeping out, gathering all the good energy. And then exhale, bringing that right down through the central energy channel of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Nice deep inhale. And exhale down. And just kind of let your hands rest right at hip level, palms facing the floor or facing the earth. And then sort of interlace the webs of the thumbs and place the palms against the low belly. Step the feet together. And then just take a nice deep inhale here. And a long, slow exhale through the nose. 2 more deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. So now that we've purged energy, we use that purging breath, that exhale through the mouth. Now we want to keep all that good energy in, so we exhale through the nose as well. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice long exhale. Thank you for practicing.